Okay, welcome as people are tuning in and logging on to building resiliency in the workplace. We're excited to have everyone here with the total well-being team. We have Isaac, Jimmy, Jill, and Carolyn. So thank you for joining us today. And I'm Kelly, for those that don't know me. So as you settle in and we allow people to get logged in, today's wellness webinar on building resiliency in the workplace is really a popular topic. Since resiliency is our ability to overcome adversity, it also really helps us adapt to change. So in the workplace, resiliency can help us stay focused, productive, and motivated, even when things get challenging or tough. So if you feel comfortable in the chat, feel free to share something that was a change or a challenge that you have overcome in the workplace. Maybe it's something you're going through right now, like switching from Zoom to Teams is a really popular one. But really overcoming challenges can open doors to opportunities. So just curious to see what challenges or changes that you've overcome since your time, either here in this workplace at Medtronic or perhaps somewhere else that really opened up a door to opportunity. Okay, so extended responsibilities. Yeah, Lillian, that's a great one because with responsibilities, that's a challenge, but then it also allows you to shine. And I can relate with Carolyn as well, being laid off in the past and finding, again, a job I enjoy. That's something where it's happened to me where I left and just for a year and COVID hit. And so what I thought was just going to be a 1-year leave then became very extended. And I think we've all, obviously, all of us can relate to the changes that COVID has had and post-COVID. So feel free throughout to, if I know it's a kind of a serious question, but one that sometimes you kind of have to think of any opportunities that have come. But often in the time you're in it, it just seems so hard and frustrating and overwhelming. And then, a year or later, you kind of look back and you're like, oh, this opened up so many more opportunities and ended up being a good thing. So if at any time you think of something, love to share because really like to hone in on those positivities. All right, so a few housekeeping items before we get into today's topic. So this webinar is recorded and it will be emailed to everyone in attendance along with the slide deck. It will also be uploaded to our Viva Engage community and our YouTube channel. And our goal throughout these webinars is to really engage and interact with you as much as possible. So if you have any questions, comments, you can utilize the chat or the questions and we'll respond throughout. And if we did not get to your question, we'll contact you individually. So go ahead and light up that chat if you like. All right, so we're going to delve into today's topic. A growing body of research of evidence really points to the numerous benefits of mindfulness practice. It's kind of a buzzword, that mindfulness, and we're always saying it, but we're like, what does that really mean? And how do we incorporate that into our work lives, our real lives? So in essence, studies indicate that mindfulness enhances emotional and physical resilience. It also improves cognitive functioning and connects us more positively to other people. And who wouldn't want that, especially once again in this hybrid world where we're not always together, a lot of videoing such as today. So it's a really important thing to get us connected. So mindfulness has numerous benefits. It may impact individuals by improving the physical health, enhancing the relationships, improving performance. You can read over the specific benefits of each of these, but overall, being present really lessens worrying and allows you to focus on the task at hand. So one of the most important and perhaps the most difficult aspects of mindfulness is just becoming aware of things that you don't have control over, so you can let it go and eliminate that negative energy. There's energy in everything, and it can be positive or negative, and there's so much in this world that we don't have control of, or even in our lives. And just becoming aware of like, where am I wasting energy? Where could I put that positive energy or that energy into something that's more positive that I do have control? So there are so many benefits of mindfulness that it requires an extra slide. So as you can see here, mindfulness can improve emotional well-being by improving symptoms of anxiety and depression, decreasing stress hormones, and fostering self-compassion. And mindfulness really goes beyond the individual and can impact organizations and communities by increasing productivity, enhancing leadership abilities such as problem solving, facilitating teamwork, increasing the likelihood of people helping others in need, and along with all the others listed here. So it's nice to see how it affects communities and organizations, especially in leadership roles. And even if you're not in a leadership role, you really do have an impact on others around you. And so you can take these along and affect other people in your community, in your organization, team, household, wherever you're at. And when groups operate from the collective consciousness, they're better able to identify conflicts more quickly. They can acknowledge differences more easily, and they can take actions that are best for themselves and their organization. So now that we've reviewed all the potential gains from mindfulness, Jill's going to discuss tools to incorporate at work that will enhance mindfulness.
Thank you, Kelly. What a interesting and very relevant topic here. Mindfulness. Mindfulness, moment to moment awareness. I know in terms of mindful communication, I appreciate this as transforming your interactions for greater well-being, so that when you walk away from a interaction, you have that sense of, I said what I wanted to say, I heard the person that was speaking to me, and there is a greater sense of, as it says, well-being. Well, let's go ahead and explore some steps to mindful communication. Again, mindful communication, especially in the workplace, allows you to be more present and have greater clarity in your conversations, and also multitask less. Mindful communication invites you, the speaker, to reflect on your tone. I know tone has a lot of different meaning. I can say the same word in different tones, and it can have different meanings. It allows you, invites you to develop more empathy and to be able to communicate in what may seem as a not a confrontational way to a non-confrontational way. And it just being present is so, so important. So let's start with that first one. The first step to mindful communication is to be fully present in the moment. So you can just take a moment for yourself and notice. Maybe you have a lot of thoughts in your mind, maybe what's the weather like outside? What's the next meeting I have to go to? And then harnessing that mental energy, letting go of distractions. It also could mean putting away your phone when you're attending a meeting or conversation with somebody, closing your tabs, focusing on the person or the task at hand. Being present also could mean just being aware of your own emotions and your body language. Once again, the tone of voice and how it affects the message that you are sending or the message that you are receiving. Number 2, listen actively. So the second step to mindful communication is to really listen actively and not passively. That means showing genuine interest and curiosity in what the other person is saying, not interrupting, not finishing their sentences, or not jumping to conclusions. Active listening means reflecting back maybe what you heard, asking open-ended questions, and clarifying any misunderstanding. Asking questions, I think, is a really, really good tool instead of making an assumption about what the person you are speaking to is doing or thinking, or even what their next act is in terms of their life. Number 3, speak clearly. So the third step to mindful communication is to speak clearly, not vaguely. This means using simple and direct language, avoiding jargon, slang, or acronyms that may confuse or alienate your audience. I know I have some young people in my family, and they really like to speak in acronyms. And most of the time, I have no idea what they're saying. So it's, speaking clearly means being honest, respectful, and constructive, not making assumptions, accusations, or generalizations that could possibly hurt or offend others. And number 4, being empathetic, not indifferent. This means trying to understand the other person's perspective and feelings and needs and acknowledging them without judgment or criticism, being like the best listener that you can be. Being empathetic means expressing your own feelings and needs in a calm and respectful way, and not blaming, shaming, or attacking others. Really taking 100% responsibility for your own feelings. And then adapt to the situation. This 5th step is to not stick to your script. This means being flexible and responsive to the changing needs and expectations of your audience, not imposing your own agenda or preferences. And then adapting the situation means choosing the appropriate channels or tones and style of communication for the context and purpose of the relationship. And then number 6, seek feedback. Yeah, this means asking for and giving feedback in a constructive and respectful way, not taking it personally or defensively. Seeking feedback means being open to learning from your mistakes and not repeating them or making excuses for them, not taking things personally. There's a lot of growth that can be had when listening to feedback and really understanding without attaching judgment where the person is coming from that is sharing that with you. Mindful organization. Setting healthy work boundaries, brain breaks. Yeah, nice. So have you ever noticed misplaced paperwork on your desk or misplaced file on your computer? Have you lost items around your workstation? Have you found yourself not accomplishing tasks because your workspace and mind space are so cluttered and disorganized? I definitely can relate to that. I wear glasses. Sometimes I put them on the top of my head and then I'm looking for them, right? The mindfulness aspect is not very present. I have a lot on my mind. So mindful organization in the workplace can really improve time management, helps you to quickly locate items, can focus on work goals, remembering important tasks, helps you to reduce stress and manage your time. So at the end of the day, work doesn't follow you home. And so let's look at 8 mindful organizing tools. Time block your days. Plan out your calendar to create time to complete specific tasks at specific times of the day. I know Carolyn, who's on the call here, she's really great at doing this and then offering us the guidance in order to schedule certain tasks ahead of time so that tasks don't just sort of, I know for myself, sort of cascade fall over me. So I'm like, I'm not sure which one to start first. So time block your days. Establish a routine. Creating a daily routine creates a structure, which allows the day to run smoothly. You might even set a timer on your desk to help stay on task. Use your email calendar. Use your email calendar to set up for meeting alerts, project deadlines, to feel prepared and to feel organized. And then set aside blocks of time to answer emails. Organize emails into folders based on priority and urgency. Unsubscribe from emails that you don't need. Silence your phone to help stay focused on your job. Set settings to allow for family or friend emergencies. Yeah, nice. Take regular breaks can help you stay focused and energized. Maybe consider a walk outside or around your office space after you've completed a task or a project. Just take a little bit of a brain break. Organize your desk space. Decluttering your workspace will reduce clutter and help find objects when needed. And then finally, give yourself small rewards for staying organized. An example would be take a posture break, take a fit break, meditation, or maybe even a snack break. And then moving on to Jimmy.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Jill. All right, we're going to move on to mindful mornings. So, how do you get your day started on a positive note? It's going to be the focus for right now here. So a definition of mindful mornings would be like a great way to start your day on a positive note. It helps you live in the present moment and appreciate all that exists around you. It can boost your energy, it can make you feel calmer and more centered throughout the day. Um, what it can also do is also prime your mind for positive thinking and creativity while being more productive and motivated. So who couldn't use any of that here? All right. So also being fully aware of where you are right now, and it will allow you to make decisions based on reality rather than emotion. So doing this allows you to act or speak from a place of wisdom rather than fear. Research has also associated the regular practice of mindfulness with increased memory, focus, and concentration, and decreased emotional reactivity. So, all right, let's see here. Let's move on to 8 things we can do to start your mindful morning here. All right. Okay, so the first thing is we want to do is we want to make sure we get enough sleep. The success in cultivating mindfulness in the morning rests on a foundation of having enough sleep and a nourishing nightly ritual. Waking up rested and refreshed allows you to have the mental clarity, physical energy, and motivation to incorporate mindful moments as you get ready for your day. And just on a side note, is how good does it feel just waking up with a good night's rest here as well? Here, so all right, waking up early. We want to try waking up 5 to 15 minutes before you need to leave for work or school to create space for more mindfulness in your morning. Most of us, as soon as we wake up, our mind starts spinning and jumps ahead to everything we have to do that day. Taking time to meditate really helps us bring the mind and body back in sync with one another. Plus, not rushing through your morning, you might find yourself feeling more energized, less stressed, and ready to take on the day here. So, if you wake up late, it kind of has the opposite effect here. You wake up in a frantic mental state, unproductive, and it's harder to actually kind of get yourself back on track when you wake up late. Setting an intentional goal. So we need to get clear on what we want to achieve by adding more mindfulness to your morning. Some kind of intention or affirmation or goal provides enthusiasm, motivation, and to get out of bed and start your day on the right foot. Give an example of that is on the days that I have stretch breaks, I need to make sure that I get here on time and I have to have my breakfast eaten at a certain time to where I can get everything ready. So it actually just puts a little bit more organization into my morning and actually helps me keep focused on what I need to do to make sure I get to that stretch break on time here. So, all right. And the fourth one here, doing something slowly with your full attention. The quickest and easiest way to add some mindfulness to your morning is to hack your existing routine. You can practice mindful awareness as you make up your bed or brush your teeth, drink a cup of coffee, or eat your breakfast. Whatever you choose, just work on slowing it down, focusing on the attention of your breath, your body movements, and all the senses to do this task. All right. Okay. Next one is this move your body here. So carve out at least a few minutes to move your body every single morning here, especially if you have a desk job. So go for a walk, 10-minute yoga sequence. Maybe you can need 10 to fit break or a flex break or meditation break here, like we have as some of our weekly out offerings here. It doesn't matter what you do, just get up and get moving here. Regular movement can help maintain a healthy weight. It can fight off heart disease, maintain your low levels of cholesterol, keep your blood sugar down, all of that stuff with, we always preach with exercise as well here. All right. Okay. So take a breather. Set aside 5 or 10 minutes in the morning for just you and your mind. Most of us, as soon as we wake up in the morning, the mind starts spinning and jumps ahead to everything we have to do that day. Just taking time to meditate, help bring the body back in sync with one another. Even if you, let's say, I'm sorry, but even if you take the time to the day to focus on your breath, extremely powerful in helping you de-stress and manage anxiety here. All right, am I muted? Everybody hear me? Okay, all right. I just saw it in the chat here. Okay, just making sure. Okay, all right. So also practice some gratitude as well here. So gratitude leads to healthier relationships, better physical health, better psychological health, empathy, lower aggression. You sleep better at night, higher self-esteem, and more mental strength. So whether you start keeping gratitude journal or just pause for a moment in the morning, just remind yourself how grateful you are. And gratitude should absolutely be on your to-do list as well. All right. Okay. And also embrace silence here. All right. So studies have shown you can be incredibly beneficial for our brains and bodies. By adding silence to our morning routine, we're giving our brains so much TLC as well. So we're also used to just bombarding our bodies with music and TV and YouTube and social media and all of that stuff, just bombarding the brains. It's actually just nice to just actually just kind of empty it all out and just take a minute of silence here. So, all right, let's move on to some mindful movements here. Okay, so harmony for the body here. All right, so an example of a mindful movement. Let's just say if you want to go out for a walk or a run, what you want to do here, instead of just like, I need to get the steps in or I'm going to be burning some calories, I need to get my heart rate up to anything like this. What you want to do is you want to just kind of think about like your body moving. How does the ground feel? Like when you walk on grass and then we walk on the road or then we walk on gravel here. So you're just really trying to take in everything instead of just focusing on, all right, is my heart rate up high enough, or am I breathing right, and all of this stuff right here. So basically, just trying to basically almost like a nature walk that you're trying to think about doing here. So, all right, okay. So 4 types of mindful movements here. Breathing exercises are a different way that we can observe breath at rest during a seated meditation. Instead, we connect with our body by purposefully elongating our breaths to calm and short periods of time of refocus as well here. So, okay. All right, a walking meditation here. All right, so what you're trying to do is just get a simple way to explore your mindful movement. The biggest difference between a walking meditation and going for a walk is that we're practicing meditation here. We aren't aiming to go anywhere. Instead, we just walk slow and try to bring a full awareness to the act of walking here. And that could just be stuff like focusing on our breath, feeling the ground beneath our steps. And then when our mind wanders, we just bring it back to the sensations of the moment here. So, okay, stretching in yoga is a great way to help release tension, stiffness, and heavy emotions. When our bodies don't move, they don't feel good, and neither do our minds. So taking a moment to let go of the day's distractions, getting away from the desk or crouch and engaging mindful movements can help us boost our energy and focus and resilience. So, and the last one here is if you're looking to blow off steam, working out is another opportunity for mindfulness. Getting exercise can be a great way to tune into your body, synchronize our breath, and be in the moment while all building strength and nourishment for our muscles. So So mindful movements, there you go. All right, we're going to turn it over to Isaac now.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy and Kelly and Jill, for that great stuff. I'm going to take us all through a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, and it's also known as the 5 sense method. And what this technique does is leverage the power of your 5 senses, sight, touch, hearing, smell, and taste, to ground you back to the present when you're feeling dysregulated. We might feel distressing emotions or are overwhelmed with thoughts or tasks. This exercise interrupts the flight or fight response, fight or flight, whatever, calming the nervous system, reconnecting with our senses to help us see more clearly and in turn respond appropriately to the moment. It can help us be much more resilient throughout our workday. Moreover, it can serve as the first step towards long-term strategies for mental awareness or mental wellness. Something I like about this method is it doesn't take very long. It's an effective tool to recenter rather quickly. Instead of first maybe sitting for a long time, quietly breathing, meditating, this can be done in a minute or so. So I'm going to stop talking about it and let's do it. So reset, sit in a comfortable position, stand, whatever you got to do. Just make yourself comfortable here for the next minute or so, 1 or 2 minutes. And then let's take a couple of deep breaths. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, really feel that air coming in, and breathe out. Now, if you'd closed your eyes for those breaths, open them. If they're already open, great work. I want you to take a moment to spot 5 things in the room around you, in your immediate environment, whether it's your office chair or a family photo. The goal is to really see the details, the color, the form, the texture. By diverting your focus to your sense of sight, you disrupt the cycle of anxious and stressful thoughts. So really make note of 5 things you can see. Mental note, you don't need to write them down. Good. Now, close your eyes and listen to the ambient noises around you. It could be anything from a humming fan, birds singing, people talking in the distance. Identify 4 things you can hear. Identifying these sounds helps steal your mind away from inward worries and more toward the world around you. So really close your eyes, really hear, try to pick out 4 different things around you. Now, you can open your eyes back up if you want, or you can keep them closed. Now make note, mental note of 3 things you can feel. Concentrate on the sense of touch to further ground yourself. Become aware of 3 things around you. It could be the fabric of your clothes against your skin, the texture of an item you're holding, or the floor underneath your feet. Now, two things you can smell. You can have your eyes open or closed for this as well. Take a deep breath and identify two distinct smells around you. It could be the welcoming aroma of a fresh coffee or the scent of hand soap. Tuning into these smells helps shift your focus from looping thoughts to your immediate surroundings, reinforcing your connection to the present moment. So take some time and focus on your sense of smell. Now the final one, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, taste. Finally, focus on the sense of taste. You might want to take a sip of your water or simply focus on the lingering flavor of toothpaste in your mouth. Center it on this final sense, completes the cycle, and firmly brings you back to the present moment at hand. Right. Thank you so much for doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique with me. As you can see, we took a little bit longer to really focus in on those. But once again, it's a great way of just completely stepping away when you're feeling dysregulated, putting yourself back in the moment and responding to what is in front of you. So hopefully you can take that with you immediately, right after this, into the afternoon. So, and now I'll turn the mic over to Carolyn to tell us about some live events and live offerings coming up.
Awesome. I'm going to stay in that feeling a little longer. That felt really great. Thanks, Isaac, for sharing that activity with us. That was really awesome. And thanks to the rest of the team for sharing about how to build more mental resilience. Really great information. So as Isaac said, we're going to talk about the weekly live offerings. So as everyone kind of mentioned throughout this webinar today, that we do have, some different weekly live offerings for you to take these brain breaks and to get this feeling that Isaac just gave to us again throughout your day, whether it's through meditation or positive posture breaks, etc. So as you can see on our weekly live offering slide here, that we offer a variety of some different weekly live offerings. And you can get those as an invite on your calendar. So like Jill was talking about is, set your calendar up for you to have that mindful organization. So that's a great way to just add them right to your calendar. And this slide deck will come to you via email next week. So we'll make sure, and you can click there to get all the invites onto your calendar. So you can see that we have positive posture breaks. We have fit breaks, guided meditation, and then flex breaks. And I want to pause here just for a moment on the flex break, because as Kelly mentioned, right, sometimes we have that stress that we have to get from Zoom to Teams. So we as a team are also transitioning, obviously, from Zoom to Teams. So just wanted to give a shout out that our flex breaks, our Monday through Thursday flex breaks, have already made that transition. So they are now on Teams. So in the chat, I put the link to get to our total well-being teams on Teams. And then on that team, all of our weekly live offerings have its own specific channel. So if you go to the Flex Break channel, you will see the Flex Break calendar and be able to see and add those flex breaks back into your calendar if they disappeared because they're not on Zoom anymore, or if you just wanted to start doing them. That would be awesome. We'd love to have you. And please watch for more, because in the next month to 6 weeks, we will be transitioning all of our weekly live offerings over to Teams. So as you can see on the next slide, because we have lots of offerings that we have yoga, Nia, flex and refresh, and chair yoga as well. So lots of great options, different times for all of you to take part in whatever that you need throughout the day. So those are great 15-minute breaks for you to take. So we just want to thank you so much for being here with us today. And if you have just a moment here, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. Tell us maybe something that you learned today, or something that you'd like to try today, something that you're going to add to your calendar. Maybe what category kind of resonated with you the most? Was it the mindful communication? Was it mindful organization? Was it the mindful morning? Or was it mindful movement? All of them are important, but maybe there's one that just resonates with you the most, as in something you'd really like to hone in on and really focus on. I used this as an icebreaker actually for our own team meeting yesterday, and I shared with my team that my goal is to work on mindful morning. A few years back, I used to take the train to work to downtown Minneapolis. And I loved it because it gave me that opportunity. I did my gratitude journal, as Jimmy was talking about. Sometimes I listened to music, I did some reading, things like that I just loved doing, and just focused in, just relaxing on the train. And then when I got off the train, I'd had a 15-minute walk to get my mindful movement in to get to the office. So I'm just trying to recreate that a little bit in my, in this role now, in this facility, and how can I, get that feeling back? So as I mentioned in the chat earlier, that's something that I'm working on, as well as getting up a little bit earlier in the day. Maybe that'll help me get into that a little bit better and find some times to get in some mindful morning. So we'd love to hear what you guys are up to. And then again, you can, view all our previous wellness webinars on our YouTube channel. And then this recording and slide deck, like I said, will be sent out to you. It'll be next week. We'll get that out to you, and make sure to join our total well-being team on Microsoft Teams as well. So let me see what some of the chats are. I love it. Wake up with an affirmation. Love that. Love the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's something you can, keep incorporating right in your day. Some high five habit. Oh, thanks for sharing that. That's great, with the link to that. So make sure and check that out. High five. Yes. Scheduling breaks, mindful morning, getting up a little earlier. Absolutely. Yeah, your apartment meets monthly. That's great. And we do, just to throw that out there, we do custom wellness activities as well. So if you're ever interested, you can certainly reach out to one of us, and we do meditations or stretch breaks or things like that within those department meetings if you'd like. Otherwise, yeah, feel free to use any of our recorded ones as well if you just want to throw one on during one of your team meetings as well. Walking meditations are great. Organization of tools, excellent. Communicating is always good. Planning time. Excellent. Get up 30 minutes earlier and sit on your prayer chair. Excellent. I love that you're even, kind of finding a space, right? That's just kind of your own, your me time space. That's wonderful. Go to Kelly's class in the morning. Awesome. Shout out to Mounds View Gym. Love it. Good. I'm glad you guys found that this was helpful. A lot of good applicable tools for you to use throughout and build that mental resilience. So again, thank you so much for being here with us. And we hope to see you again at our next webinar and another event coming down the pipe.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you.